This woman's name is Saf, a housewife who lives with her husband and 3 children. 2 of her children are known to be unruly and quite naughty. Saf runs a catering business, while her husband, Casper, works in an office. Almost every day, Saf is flooded with orders, leaving most of her time consumed by cooking and preparing food. As a result, time together with her husband and children is very limited. In fact, due to their busy schedules, the family rarely goes on vacation together. Saf has 2 friends to help her run her business. Despite this, she still feels overwhelmed managing household chores and caring for her children. One night, Saf received an order from a company whose employees were mostly wealthy. She cooked on site. There, one of the male guests, Jim, seemed captivated by Saf's appearance. Despite her age, she still looked beautiful. They then got to know each other. Jim expressed his desire to use Saf's services again for an event he planned, and he asked for her phone number. Saf was initially overwhelmed by having to juggle work, the children, and household chores. Despite the help of her friends and her mother, the burden remained heavy. However, she still attended Jim's event that evening. The guests enjoyed the food she had cooked, and one woman even complimented her cooking skills. Saf was delighted and joined in the festive atmosphere. Casper, seeing his wife so busy, decided to take some time off to be with his family and help Saf. Unfortunately, the plan didn't go smoothly. Instead of helping, Casper spent most of his time alone and relaxing in his room. Seeing this, Saf asked her to go shopping while he took the children for a walk. While shopping, Casper had difficulty finding the items Saf requested, until he was assisted by a beautiful woman who impressed him. Since taking time off, Casper began to notice how busy Saf was. One night they even ate without Saf because she was attending Jim's event. Wanting to help lighten his wife's load, Casper renovated an old storage room into a new kitchen. Although not entirely happy, Saf still appreciated her husband's good intentions. In return, Saf tried to get Casper to be intimate. However, an exhausted Casper chose to sleep. Their relationship began to feel strained, Casper focusing on the children, while Saf saw Jim more and more often. One day, Saf invited Casper to a film premiere at Jim's invitation. There, Casper met again with a woman from the supermarket named Jebby. There, Saf seemed happy with Jim, unlike when she was with Casper, which also irritated Casper with jealousy. An argument ensued. Casper accused Saf of being too close, perhaps even playing behind his back with Jim. This accusation angered Saf, who eventually met Jim and became intimate with him. Meanwhile, Casper was at home trying to get rid of the mice in his house with Rat Exterminator. Unfortunately, a few moments later, one of his children was bitten by the rats. He mistook the drug for a snack and ate it. Fortunately, the child survived. However, the incident angered their eldest child, who said none of this would have happened if his parents hadn't been busy with their own affairs. The argument between Saf and Casper wasn't over yet, so Saf decided to sleep alone in the kitchen. However, Saf also began to realize that he was wrong and hadn't been paying enough attention to his children and family. That night, Saf decided to go home early and focus on his family. However, when he got home, he saw Casper being picked up by Gebei. They were so close and affectionate, making Saf jealous and unwilling to be outdone. Saf began to improve himself and exercise. However, he was no longer young, and he was exhausted and had to be taken to the clinic. Saf continued to try to repair his relationship with Casper, even inviting Casper to the inauguration of his new kitchen. A few days later, Gebei returned. Seeing this, Saf couldn't contain his emotions any longer, went berserk and kicked Gabby out. Casper realized that Saf still loved him and didn't want to let go. The inauguration finally took place. Many guests came, but Saf was visibly disappointed that Casper didn't want to come. But moments later, the power suddenly goes out. When the lights come back on, Saf is shocked. Casper and the children then appear, performing a dance that breaks the ice. Eventually, Saf and Casper reconcile and plan to rebuild their marriage and live happily ever after. The film ends.